What happened here today in Brentford?
Well, I was just on the bus. I think people were thinking that the far right would show up around 8 o'clock-ish.
Yeah.
They didn't. It was mostly just counter-protesters there. And yeah, I just watched it pretty much slip by and pretty quiet. I don't know if I think apparently there were some far right people on that side of the road, but I didn't hear. But I didn't hear or see anything. And it seems that everyone's pretty much dispersed by now.
On a personal note, I'm glad if they're not here, but they do have the right to say what they want to say. But I think they've been saying horrible things and been intimidating people.
Yeah,
and worse.
Well, you know, it's been pretty quiet.
Yeah. Well, fuck them all! Well, there you go. There you have it.
And here I thought the night was starting to quiet down.
Well, yeah, no, that's the sentiment. Thank you very much. So I'm here in Brentford, where the far right apparently were going to show up. They're nowhere to be seen. There were some friendly counter-protesters behind me. I've just had a chat with them and exchanged names and shook hands. They're not desperate to speak on camera, but that's fine. And look, they asked me, do I agree with the EDL? Absolutely not. I said I agree that people have the right to express their opinion, and they agreed with me. Freedom of speech is one thing, but freedom to incite violence is another. To intimidate people, to damage their places of worship is completely different and completely wrong. Why did you come here?
A lot of my friends are sort of scared to come out and leave the house and stuff, so it just feels like the right thing to do, doesn't it? Yeah.
Why are your friends scared?
Well, they're women of colour, so I think a lot of them would have liked to have come tonight, but they just figured it would be too dangerous. But it seems like it's nothing too terrible has happened, so I think it's a good show from everybody who's.
I'm going to make a big assumption. You sound like an immigrant yourself, but.
Oh no, I was actually born here.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you spent time in the Southern Hemisphere, or?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Only a year. I'm going back.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be pretty.
Where did you go?
Sydney.
And Australia built on immigration, right?
Yes, exactly. And my parents are Irish, so.
Okay, same here.
My mum's from Belfast, and my dad's from the Republic, so technically he's an immigrant.
Do your parents tell you about how Irish people were treated in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah, so my mum grew up in Belfast, during the Troubles, so I've heard a little bit about that, but I studied it in history, and I went to university in Ireland, so I did a bit of history there.
Unfortunately, this trouble sort of spread to Belfast as well, but apparently there's...
Yeah, no, I saw that. It's very interesting. I think I saw a sketch earlier today about sort of with the Union Jack and the tricolour, and they're both sort of saying take back our borders that they don't agree on, so...
Yeah, it's crazy. Real... I've got some friends who would be sort of Irish Republican in their mindset, and they can't believe that people are standing next to what they call the butcher's apron.
I can't really wrap my head around that, especially in Northern Ireland, but I feel like it's been coming for a while. I feel like everyone's sort of seen it brewing, and it's been... There's a lot of people in media, government, etc. that have been stirring up a lot of dissent and hatred and whatever. But yeah, it feels like it's been a long time coming, but it's unfortunate either way.
I really appreciate you chatting to me. So chatting to someone of Irish heritage reminds you that Irish people were mistreated as immigrants also in the UK and in America. But a few generations later, when you don't have an Irish accent anymore and it's not as easy to tell that you are originally from Ireland, you can sort of blend in and slip away, and you don't have to live with that sort of discrimination anymore. So it's nice to see the solidarity from the next generation who remember what it was like for their parents. But we all came from somewhere. We all are immigrants at some point in our lineage. There doesn't seem to be any far right here today. There's some press over there. There's some more press. Let's not let this get out of hand. We all misjudge people at times. I saw a bunch of lads in hoods, and I thought maybe they're out to make trouble. Maybe they're going to look at me and wonder if I'm a Tommy Robinson supporter, but there was none of that. They were very polite, very friendly, I want to see more young men like this in our communities.